Opportunity be knocking. Let motherfucker in. Opportunity be knocking. You gotta let a motherfucker in. I kiss my mother on the cheek, tell her that I love her. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, I got it covered. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Ma, you know I'm still your little baby. All my life I was a fuck up, now I pull the truck up. Same bitch stuck up, now she wanna suck us. See me hanging out the window screaming what? No more tough luck, a different cloth is what I'm cut from. Opportunity be knocking, you gotta let a motherfucker in. I kiss my mother on the cheek, tell her that I love her. You ain't gotta worry about a thing, I got it covered. Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Why you think I'm out here acting crazy? Ma, you know I'm still your little baby. Opportunity be knocking. Let that motherfucker in. Let that bitch in.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, jerk-offs. It is the 4th of July tomorrow. So, happy birthday, America. Good morning, CSL. Good morning, Kristen. Good morning, Tony. How is everybody? I almost forgot my mic this morning. I started the show, and that whole intro, I'm rushing around trying to get my mic set up. Forgot about it. Whoopsies. Thank you. Monroe Nutrition. Boom. All day, every day. Good morning, Ryan. Good to see you, mate. So let's thank our sponsors real quick. They're over here. Little brown jug. I can't get my hand straight. Now you see what the weatherman has to deal with. Little brown jug. Mint Cannabis. Lane's Pizza. Nerdy Designs. Mugsy's. Amaya's Fresh Mexican Grill. 8 Mile Vodka. And Monroe Sports Center. Go get your bowling in there. Yeah, boy. So how's everybody doing today? How is everybody on this 4th of July week / weekend? I know there's some people super excited about the gathering of the Juggalos coming up. Here's my camera. They'll be off on their way. I do know that here shortly. Probably, I think tomorrow. Top of the morning to your brain jerky boys and girls. How you doing, KR Tooley? Mr. Tooley. Good to see you all. Anybody doing anything cool for the holiday? Did you guys do anything cool? I know Saturday I went to my family's fireworks. I'm not doing anything really on the actual 4th itself. That's cool. I don't know what stadium that is, but fireworks over the stadium. Pretty neat, man. But yeah, went to the lake. Awesome fireworks by my uncles. By far. It's always a good time when you go out there. What is this little crack in the matrix right here? Got a little crack right here. I don't know what's going on. My screen's coming apart. Oh, no. But, yeah, that's what I did. Lily, kids stayed the night. I did not. I did not want to go camping. We're doing great. That's what I like to hear. Anybody doing some cool fireworks stuff over the weekend? Or did you? This week, I know, is the gathering of the Juggalos. Bunch of my people are heading out that way. I'm sticking home. So lately, I've been reading this boy lately. Hidden History of Monroe County. I'm finding out a lot of stuff about Monroe County that I had no idea. Like during prohibition of alcohol, temperance is called temperance because they didn't want alcohol. Um, and Monroe was a big part of the running because you could ship it from Canada to say Mexico or a different country. You just couldn't be in the United States back then. Uh, Also, that Monroe was big in the Underground Railroad. What up, Keith? Keithy, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone has a fantastic week. I'll be seeing you later today. Keith's show, Squared Circle Shenanigans, today, I believe at 7, special time 7, we'll be live with Mr. 8 Mile himself, Mikey Shoemaker. What's up, Tony? Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, mate. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, but rum running, the paper industry was pretty much brought huge from Monroe County. The whole town's pretty much built on an Indian burial ground. Not Indian, but what are they called? Cemeteries. Some Indian burial grounds. What else? Dude, so much that I'm learning. I gotta turn this. First rule of podcasting. Right? First rule is you silence your stuff. And I failed. I failed you people. What are you doing? I'm just chilling for the weekend, hanging out, talking about this hidden history of Monroe. Pretty much, Monroe was the second city found in Michigan. It was set to rival the likes of Detroit in the beginning, but war broke out, and Monroe never hit that mark ever again. So Monroe was founded. It was originally called Frenchtown, and Frenchtown was founded when Detroit had 1,000 people living there. That's it. Dude, I'm not doing anything. I'll be hanging out. Good morning, Papa Cotton. Good to see you. Good to see you, mate. Yeah, we're just chilling, Tony. Just chilling. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably just business as usual. Work on stuff. All my friends except for everybody that's usually at the BrainJerk office is gonna be at the gathering of the Juggalos, except for me and Keith. What about you, Tony? Papa Cotton, you doing anything special for 4th of July? Hello, mighty. That's I'll tell you a 4th of July story. I know some of you guys have heard this one before, but one of my favorite 4th of July's, I got 2 different stories I can tell you. So the first one, 4th of July, a couple years ago, it was during, what's up, Mr. Billy? It was during the lockdown. And we actually took a trip out west, and we went to Arizona, LA, and Vegas. We rented a bunch of cool cars. I got a convertible. And on 4th of July, we're driving through LA on their highway systems, got a bunch of bridges and stuff. Well, as we're driving over this highway, these fireworks are going off above us and next to us, and below us. And mind you, fireworks are highly illegal in LA. And these things, the whole town, city, whatever you want to call it, these people are throwing fireworks in the air, bow, 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 all throughout the town. It was one of the coolest. Honestly, it was like I was on a magic carpet and fireworks were going off around me. I swear it was cool. Very cool. Very cool. Papa Cotton's not doing anything. So the other story I have is it was actually captured on Light It Up. I was out fishing. I can't remember if it was on the 4th of July, but I know it was like at least the 4th of July weekend. We're live. And I was out in a kayak and I'm fishing while we're live. And half an hour in, I haven't caught anything, right? So I'm reeling it. We go to the spotlight. Papa's in Arizona. I've got a brother that's in Arizona. Our brother Kevin lives in Arizona, Phoenix, I think, or right outside it or right inside. I can't remember exactly, but it's somewhere Phoenix area. But I'm fishing. As soon as we go to the what's it called? The spotlight. I catch one and I'm reeling it. We come back from the spotlight and me and the fish are looking at the camera like that. That was a good time. It was a good time. But yeah, Papa, when I come out to Arizona, maybe once every other year, I'm gonna be I don't know when exactly, but I usually come out to Arizona. Last time I was in Arizona, we what did we do? We went four-wheeling through the mountains. That was pretty cool. Half these dudes ain't even ever been on a four-wheeler before. They grew up in the city. I'd been on a four-wheeler though. Four-wheeler's it's a good time, boy. Let's see. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Famous 4th of July. So anything, I know none of you guys are doing anything special for the 4th of July, apparently, but any of you guys got any cool stories? Anything cool happened to you guys this weekend? Trying to think everything I did this weekend. Friday. I can't remember even what I did Friday. Real life. I can't remember. But I know Thursday we did Mint Cannabis's show, Smokers and Friends. That was really cool. Friday we had the day off. I'm pretty sure I think I hung out with my mom or maybe I took a nap. I can't remember what I did Friday. And I just remembered I didn't even share this. What a coinky dink. So, normally around this time, I do a spotlight of the day. Trying to, but I can't figure out how to get this boy to share the sound for some reason. One quick thing. I am doing 1,776 push-ups this month for the Wounded Warrior Project. I'm about 130 in so far. 2 days in. What is this? 3 days in. 130. I did 20 this morning. I got to do another 20 when I get off here. Tried to do about 60 a day. These ones right here are sore today. Ooh, boy. I can't stop yawning this morning. BrainJerk Entertainment. So, but yeah, that's for Wounded Warrior Project. I don't have the links up, but if you go to my Facebook, you'll see me. The video is pinned on top of my Facebook. The Joshua Moore Facebook, by the way, not the BrainJerk. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put the link in there. Copy link. So here's a link if you guys want to. I don't expect you to, but if you guys want to donate to the Wounded Warrior Project in behalf of me doing this push-up contest. It's not even contest. It's bringing awareness to the Wounded Warrior Project, which helps former veteran. Well, I guess they are veterans that have been wounded in war, whether they don't have legs or they're whatever it happens. They do whatever they can to help them out. You got this. Yeah, it's easy, Keith. I was doing 100 push-ups a day for a little bit. Tabletop takedown. Good morning, jerk-offs. What up? What up? Good to see you. What are you doing right now? Cheers, Naughty Nikki. But I'm doing 1,776 push-ups this month. On top of that, I'm doing 250 miles on a bicycle for Stop Soldier Suicide. I haven't done any miles yet, but I'm going to bust those out when it comes. If there's one thing I like to do at the gym, it's ride a bike. And yes, I like to do it at the gym because, one, it's got cool video game type things. And two, I don't have a bicycle to ride outside. I probably wouldn't do it anyways. Honestly, I want to take advantage. I'm going to get a YMCA membership for the month. Take advantage of that. And then hit the sauna, hit the bicycle, click, clop, get her done. That's how I miss the sauna. Mr. Sauna Guru needs a sauna soon. I don't need it. I could just go to my car on a hot summer day and do that, right? Oh. So my family does a bunch of fireworks. They spend, I'm talking like fireworks like you're seeing back here. Every single year, it's a cool thing. Get together like a family reunion type deal. Family's huge. Family's so huge, I don't even know some of them, right? Can't keep the yawns away today. So, talk about this book real quick. What's up, Jimmy? Love you too, dude. Whoop whoop. How you doing today? You doing anything fun this 4th of July? So I want to read a part of this book that talks about. Okay, so just so everybody knows. So in 1701, Father Hennepin visited the Raisin River, which is the river you see right out here. Walmarting. Yeah. Have a good day at work, bro. The river that you've seen us show you guys right out back used to have sturgeon and stuff in it. It used to be the Sturgeon River type thing. But this is Father Hennepin describing what he sees when he came to Monroe. Obviously, before it was Monroe. This is like the first account of what it looked like. Walking into work, have an 11 o'clock appointment. Very nice. You have a good day. Okay, so here's the description of what this place looked like before any humans. Well, maybe the natives were probably here, but before any civilization was here. He was an early Jesuit. So he says, the borders are so many vast prairies and grand forests, charming streams, the freshness of waters keep the banks always green. Long and broad rows of fruit trees are seen, which have never felt the careful hand of a gardener. Everywhere along these broad natural avenues underneath the trees are seen assembled by hundreds of deer, Also, the squirrel bounding in eagerness to gather the plums and nuts which lay on the ground, almost literally covered the ground. Here, the cautious turkey calls and collects her numerous brood and conducts them to gather the grapes and berries which are abound. And here too come the mates, gorged to gorge themselves on abundance of good things. Pheasants, quail, partridge, woodcock, multitudes of pigeon beyond the power to count, swarm the clouds in the woods covered in the country, which is dotted with thickets and forests of majestic trees of very great height and size. It says forming a charming perspective which sweetens the sadness of loneliness, of solitude. The fish here are nourished and bathed by the living waters of crystal clear, delicious purity, and his great abundance renders them none the less appetizing. Swans are so numerous that at times one would take them for lilies among the reeds in which they are crowded together. The gabbling geese, the duck, and the wiggin are so abundant. So that is 1901, the very first account of Monroe, and that was the Raisin River, like the account of that. So that sounds like a paradise, right? That sounds like paradise, if you ask me. What's up, masshole? Good morning, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. So we're planning a trip. I'll break the news because we are doing it. 100% it's happening. We're going a trip. We're flying into New York. First night, we're going to stay the night in Boston or the surrounding area. Message me, masshole, how far you are away from Salem. So we're going to stay the first night in that area, probably Salem. Then we're going to go up to Maine the next day. Actually, first thing we're going to do is go to the place where you get things made, the Aki Way. I've never heard of it until the other day, but everybody has apparently. It's the Aki Way. But we're going to go get off the plane, go there, and then come out to Masshole. And then from there, we're going to Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. We're going to stay the night, I think, in Vermont the second night. And then the third night, we're going to stay the night in New Jersey and fly home. So I'm hoping to see Masshole. Anybody else that's on that journey, on that route, hit me up. I'd like to meet up too. But back to the book. Like that, I see. I'm trying to see if yeah. So I see the river now, and I wish I could have seen it then. And they used to call it like the River of Sturgeon, because there was so many sturgeon in the river that it was ridiculous. And if you don't know anything about sturgeon, they're like 16 feet long, 800-pound fish. And if you saw the river now, you would be like, what? No way. No way those fish are in there. I don't believe it. But I promise, they say it was abundant, like so much sturgeon that you couldn't believe it. Masshole says Salem is cool. That's where the witch trials took place. Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm hoping, honestly, Masshole, I'm hoping you can recommend an awesome restaurant that we can go check out while we're there. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a restaurant, but some food. Maybe be our tour guide, because we're going to be filming just about the whole time. And I would love for you to show us around a little bit, even, if we get there at a good time. I'm not sure exactly when we're getting there, so I don't want to make all these plans and then not be able to fulfill them. But I do 1000% want to hang out and meet up and for the little time we are there. What up, Austin? Wishing you well, sir. If you guys don't know, Austin has participated in many eating competitions, and he had to have some surgery on his leg. Got in a little bit of a motorcycle accident a couple weeks ago. He's okay. Just his legs got to heal up now. Good morning, Coach K. Look at that picture. Dude, Coach K's got one of the coolest new posters that I've seen us put out in a while. I'll show you guys in a second. Let me download it to the computer. Here it comes. Brand, video clip, add an overlay. Boom. Dum. Here it comes. Ready? Check this thing out. Check this thing out. Boom. Look at how beautiful that poster is. Kicking it with Coach K every Sunday, 5:00. This guy talks to some awesome people, whether it's student athletes or it's current athletes, whether it's coaches, people in the game, trainers. It's awesome watch, dude. Check it out. Coach, this is one of my favorite posters that we've had. And yep, shout out to Nerdy Designs. Yep. No doubt. Austin says, I'm doing better, brother. Getting ready to head out to physical therapy. Hey, man, just know, don't give up. Struggle is what makes us men. I know you're not going to give up. Just know, as hard as it is, just one more, do one more. Who's gonna lift the boats? If you need inspiration, go check out David Goggins, and you won't need inspiration anymore. I'll tell you that. Appreciate the love and the BrainJerk Podcast Network. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Coach K, what are you doing this weekend? I mean, the weekends, I guess, already passed, right? What are you doing this 4th of July? Anything special? How about you, Austin, if you're still here? What about Masshole? Masshole, you doing anything? And by the way, guys, any of you want to join me up here? I'm cool with it. Here comes the link. If you're cool, don't have time, just want to listen, that's all gravy too. Gravy, baby. I don't care. I mean, I do. I would like somebody to come up here, but if you don't feel like it, it's okay. I always enjoy when y'all come up and chit chat. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, this book. He talked about that. It talks about how a lot of these buildings were part of the Underground Railroad. Austin says, going to the beach for the 4th with the fam. Yep, I did that this past weekend. But the book talks about how there's a big part of the Underground Railroad. Another part of the book talks about how, like, during Prohibition, Monroe didn't care. Monroe was like, you know what? Screw you. Screw Prohibition. Most of the sheriff of the town at the time actually got taken out of office by the Supreme Court because he wasn't enforcing the laws on Prohibition, and he was even, accused of selling confiscated liquor when he did. Catching up on some much needed rest, football planning, lining out our field for Friday. Well, hit me up, Coach. I got no kids. I do got to help my mom Thursday, Friday, but other than that, I'm pretty free. Very interested in that book, dude. I got it from the Monroe Library, which, by the way, used to be a guy's house. It's named after him. But it used to be a house, and it was very crucial to the Underground Railroad. What up, Groomies? Um, I got a couple chapters left, but it talks about how Monroe has always sent warriors, more warriors than most counties around. They constituted 10% of the Civil War. 10% of the county went. Yeah, good job. Don't forget Jeremiah's FU wrestling takes place this Friday. Yes, it does. Actually, let me Earth Creeper. Let me pull up that FU wrestling. But back to the rum running, right? During Prohibition, places like Estro Beach and Newport and that area, they had taverns that sold it. And they were well known for it, apparently. And nobody cared. Like, as far as like the law didn't really enforce things down here, which I find hilarious. Looking for this poster. I see the poster, but it's not like the poster. You know what I mean? So it's live July 7th from the following warehouse in Ypsi, 3050 Washtenaw Ave. Doors open at 8 p.m. Bell times at 9. Tickets are $20, guys. $20. You'll see Big Murph, Roy Williams, Jeremiah, James Fury, Sam Beal, Rory Shields, Stella. I don't know how to say her last names. I'm sorry. But did I see Grimy? Yep, Grimy's going to be there. Check that out. Very interesting information. Definitely hit you up. I'm taking today to relax with the fam. Yep. I feel it. I feel it. But it goes back. It even talks about a little bit about Cussard. Most of it talks about like the War of 1812. The one thing that I found, I got to show you this actually. Let me find it in here. The War of Lake Erie. The War of Lake Erie. It was a war on Lake Erie, like battleships, like pirate ships, pirate war type thing. Bodegas, towns. Talks about different urban legends, like this orb that would take you to the swamp to die, like a siren would, or like this werewolf type creature. Monroe had like a Miami Beach type thing for a while until the car was invented. Graves. The whole town's pretty much built on graves. Former. Saw a picture of like Washington Street before anything got built on it. Talks about the cannon that's in the center. Actually, that's what I want right here. Boom. Look at that. That's on Lake Erie. A naval ship battle on Lake Erie. Also, Jimmy will be with Our House Games this Saturday selling and buying cards and games. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, like a pirate war type thing. It was the Lake Erie War. And actually that's where the cannon set in the middle of the town says that the cannon is from the War of 1812, but the Battle of Raisin River, but actually there's proof that it's a naval cannon and it's most likely from the War of Lake Erie. Very cool, Dev. Very cool. And then from there, one moment. All right. Once I'm done with that, I got a couple other books here. Remembering the Raisin. So this is a book about the Raisin River War. Another book about the history of Monroe County, not the hidden history, the regular history, which is probably gonna be a lot of the same stuff. And then Invaded all on all sides. This is a story of Michigan's greatest battlefield scene of the engagements at the French town and the River Raisin in the War of 1812. Dev, no. I've only found this. I'm sure they are, but this is the one I found so far. This is the only one I found at the library so far. Mind you, I haven't done extensive research to look for anything else, but this one was at the Dorsch. Well, I don't know what the Dorsch. That's what it is. The Dorsch Library. They talk about that, the library. They don't necessarily talk about the library, but they talk about the man that built that. And it was his house. Very cool book. But I figure, why not dive into my hometown, right? Frenchtown. It was originally called Frenchtown, and it was bigger than it is now. A bunch of these places, it was a bunch of French Canadians come down here and settled, is obviously why it's called Frenchtown. Good, bad, and ugly. We should know our history. Yes, 100%, especially here. Like, it's so much. The paper industry, right? The paper industry, they said, was like almost started here in America, here in Monroe. Paper mills lined the streets. Lime was another big giant commodity. That M50 area would be lined with lime mills, cauldrons, whatever the heck they are. Lazy Boy headquarters, right? Monroe Shocks, worldwide companies started here in Monroe. You know who else is from Monroe? Former champion boxer Bronco McCart. You know that. Kaylani, she's a former Miss America. From what I understand, Jesse McIntyre of New Kids on the Block was living here in Monroe for a while. George Custer wasn't born here, but he made this. He lived here from like 10 years old, something like that, with his family. There's a bunch more people. I can't remember exactly, but it's so much. We don't even, Audie Cole was in the NFL more recently. There's been actresses. Who's the actress? I can't remember her name, but she's super famous from Monroe. Brooke Shields, one of the most 1990s biggest actresses, was from Monroe. The list could keep going, honestly, but I'll bring it up. Why not? Why not pull it up? Famous people from Monroe. Christy Brinkley, not the one I just said. Christy Brinkley. Sorry. Okay, so famous people from Monroe. Carter Smith, 17. I don't know you. Do we know Carter Smith? Anybody? He's a TikTok star born in Monroe. Christy Brinkley, which she was also a superstar. There was a chick that was on 16 and Pregnant. You're right. I don't know who I'm telling they're right, but Katie Raymond, 20, superstar or TikTok star. Ray Mara Martin. I don't know these people. I have to look them up. Birthplace Monroe. He's his Carter Smith. TikTok personality. 4.3 million fans. Talked about the dangers of thermal paste in early TikTok. Okay, cool. Cool dude. Never heard of him. Neat. He's the number one guy in Monroe. Let's look him up on Facebook. That's neato. Neato Petito. Facebook.com. We really do, coach. Carter Smith. Not on Instagram. I mean, not on Facebook. I don't see him. Nope. I don't know, big fella. Usually these kids nowadays don't have Facebooks anyways. Huh. Anyway. That's all right. Kristen Bell is from Michigan. She's not from here, though. Never mind. That's moot, as they say. But yeah, that's cool. 734 area code, baby. But yeah, there should have been more people. The second famous. There's more people I found. Oh, shoot. The Williams sisters is from Michigan. I didn't know that. Oconee County. Let's find Monroe County, and I'll tell you. They're saying, who's the most famous in all the lands? Let's see it. Find the Monroe County. Going through every county. Monroe County is also the second largest city right behind Detroit in Michigan, they say. I don't know. I don't think so, but who am I to say they're wrong, right? Almost there, guys. Macomb, Manistee, Marquette, Mason, Mesquite, Midland, Monroe. Tennis player, instructor, and broadcaster Vic Braden was born in 1923. He's well known as a coach to champion tennis players, writing books, and hosting instructional tennis show on PBS in the 80s. He was at one point called the highest paid tennis coach in the world. Died of a heart attack. Never heard of him. Have a good day, Papa. Then I had Ted Nugent lives in Michigan. I do know that. What up, Mr. Fucker? But as far as like Monroe goes, we've had a couple baseball players come here. Monroe's the home of Rhino, WWE superstar Rhino. You just name it, Actually, people can't appreciate Carl Ford. I don't know who Carl Ford is, but that the drummer. I'm like, dude, is that Henry's nephew? Well-known people, I should say. Well known. I asked what it's known for. The River Raisin Battlefield. It was the largest conflict ever fought on Michigan soil. Right here. Right here. Toledo used to be a part of us, but we lost it in a war. But War of 1812, the biggest, we were set to be bigger than Detroit until that happened, and then we never recovered from it. Bum, 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 20. What? People that are buried in Michigan. A lot of people don't know that the owner of the Red Wings, Illich, also Little Caesars Pizza, he paid for Rosa Parks's uh, apartment for like 30 years until she died in Detroit. She's buried here too. So is Vern Troyer, Mini Me. Not here in Monroe, but if we're talking, oh, okay, Carl Ford. I got you. Yeah, there's tons of like Civil War people that are buried in town. There's tons of missing Henry Ford music. There's things from Monroe here. The shoot, I had so many things run through my head I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh. But I would have liked to seen it. They said it was it was swamps. A lot of like Louisiana, you would picture Louisiana and the bayou and stuff like that, right? That's what this area was. People were dying, were getting sick from what they called the Michigan rash. Monroe, a bunch of Monroe residents, it would just sweep through every summer. Come to find out, it was malaria. It was malaria from all these mosquitoes that are always here. Go figure, right? It's a cool little book though. Couple episodes left, couple chapters left. Let's see the chapters I got to get through. I'll read you the chapter list. So I have To Arms, which I'm about halfway through. Monroe takes center stage, and Tragic Turn of Events are my last chapters. They did talk about something from here. I can't remember what it is. Something got taken from here to the Henry Ford Museum right now. I've been, but it's been a long, long time. And I didn't appreciate it like I would now, you know. Now I want to know all those things. Tell me all the secrets. There's a bunch of hidden tunnels under here. Oh, this town from front and first on Monroe Street used to be a cemetery. What up, OMG? Good to see you. So, and a lot of the bodies were not found until later. We found human remains underneath the town. A lot of these towns are built on cemeteries or different burial grounds, right? Stony Creek had a mill. That might be it. But there was mills everywhere. This whole town was a paper mills everywhere. Coach, I want to show you a picture of Washington Street facing our building, like facing away from town, like the courthouse. You will know this place. So just so for everybody else, like this over here, right around this corner, about where my finger is, around the corner, is where our office is right now. If you've watched some of our lives during outdoor events, you'll see this looks familiar. But this is facing away from the courthouse down Washington Street. And then this is the building where my finger is the building where the where the clock is on the side of the big bank. And then right around that corner, right about here where my finger is where the office is. Around the corner of that building. That picture is from 1900. Very crazy to see because you can see it. This is 123 years later. And you can see that is most definitely Washington Street. It looks different. That was a paper mill that you saw, that little white, there were paper mills here. Yo, that's wild. Yeah, Keith. Super cool book. That's what I'm saying. I can't wait to dive into these other books, and you can recognize it yet. Yeah, 100%. My two favorite pictures was that one and the picture on Lake Erie, the Battle of Lake Erie. Those are actually the Lake Erie War. They called it. 123 years, says the guy to the other guy from the old world. Yeah. England still was a threat. Not just like shit. 100 years before that, right? So 200 years after England, the War of 1812. So the War of 1812, England and the actually Tecumseh of the Potawatomi Indians, they formed an alliance to take out the Americans and the French, I believe it was. They at this time they tried to team up or get rid of the English, and the Tecumsehs and the Indians were like, "Oh fuck this! We gotta get these guys out of our territory." Because what happened? Here's what happened. Originally, we got permission to settle here, right? In Monroe. From my house is 100 years old. I love that. Good morning, John Drake. So originally, we went to Detroit, got permission to have this land and settle upon this land, and everything was good. There was a treaty set. 4 different tribes were there. The leaders of 4 different tribes were there and agreed. And then what happened was, once it started to grow a little bit, people just started settling and not asking permission or anything like that from these Native Americans. And it started to become like, for them, like, hold up, what the hell's going on here? And also, I forgot all about this. Monroe was the home of 2 of the first ever reservation sites for Native Americans. One of them was in Dundee. I forget where the other one was. Erie. Maybe the one was in Erie, and I can't. But home of the first 2 reservations made for Native Americans in the whole country, not just here in Michigan. So, I mean, the history here can rival that of many, many other places. It's a forgotten thing. Just like many of these cemeteries or whatever, they've been forgotten and get built over, right? You'd never guess that 16-foot long fish swam in this river out here, right? You can go out there and it's ankle high sometimes. My grandma told me that the river was huge. It was very, very deep at one point when she was younger. It's wild hey, Indian guy, look at this shiny. Don't look at the guy stealing your land. Look at the shiny. Yep. That's kind of what happened. But like I said in the beginning, it was all the natives and the settlers were all actually working together. The natives taught the French Canadians how to do all this stuff. Originally it started off good, very great relationship. It was when random people just started showing up and not caring about, the treaties and stuff. It was just random people showing up. It had nothing to do with the original people that got there. And then from there, the War of 1812. Oh yeah, Tommy. The War of 1812 started where British and the natives, along with Tecumseh, took on the Americans, and they invaded this town overnight. Boom. Though a war broke out overnight. Nobody expected it. Boom. It was just one of those things where it caught them off guard. Then they came back, won it back a little bit, and then lost it again. So from there, it was like the America that had basically lost this settlement. Well, eventually, what happens? We won it back. America. No, but anybody that knows me, I am a collector of native artifacts and cool things, and I love native history, and this region is jam packed. If the waters were to rise, this place is gone. I'm telling you guys right now. Waters rise. Monroe is the lowest spot in Michigan. It always starts with the shaking of the hands and exchanging of gifts. Then we all steal land. That's what happened. And then, natives were doing that. It was war. People would just bust into the houses and demand firewater and stuff like that, the stories tell. But it's always nobody ever wants to look at like you said, nobody wants to. The natives weren't at fault. The natives were responding to disrespect and thievery, but nobody ever wants to talk about those things, right? They always wanted, well, they're attacking us. Well, what'd you do to them? Because up here, they weren't. I'm not saying they didn't war, but they weren't like the Apaches down in Texas and stuff. They weren't like those guys. Those guys were warring tribes. Tecumseh actually they united all of the tribes around here to take on the American settlers with the British. It's a really interesting book. If you're from Monroe, I recommend it. The author's name is Shauna Lynn Mazer. All day long. Read it. I might read it again. But I appreciate you guys. That you're right. Organic. OMG. That is exactly how it goes in every aspect of life. Anytime war. You invade. Invasion's much easier when they think you're a friendly, right? That's usually how that type of thing goes back then, especially. So, last thing to wrap this up is once we put them into reservations, slowly they started revoking all that stuff, right? Then after that, they still had the right to fish and hunt everything because it's their native land, but then over the years, every single one of those rights that were given to them for the reservation sliced right out of there. None. And it's a bummer. I would have loved, honestly, like sometimes I wish the natives would have won so that we still lived that life. Woo! You were just reading my mind, dude. I always wondered what America would be like if someone back there teach the Indians. Oh, well, not only that, dude, but like, what would we be like if we lived their life, right? And you're not wrong, and that's truth. What would it be like? How would we be living right now if the natives won, right? They probably wouldn't trust the white man. Tell you that. But that being said, appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. My time is up here. I hope you all have a great 4th of July. And we shall see you tomorrow next week. Peace out, doggies.